Alright, YouTube, I am going under the hood today, doing my pre-trip. I shouldn't do that yet because it is windy out here. That allows your hood not to fly back on you. But I will check the oil, see what she look like. Yeah, she's good. Then you get some washer fluid in there, girl. I need to get an engine wash under here, but I look for frayed wires, all that kind of stuff. Anything that just didn't look right from the last time. I did have a leak right here. Where is it? On my steering wheel, on my the pump, not the pump. Yeah, the pump did. I forgot what to call it now. Anyway, I did have a leak here or whatever. I got that fixed, so it leaked down here. So I gotta get me a pressure engine wash. But I always feel inside the drums. Check my brake pads. I check this as well right here for play. I'm sorry, right here. I checked that for play. With these 4-axle trucks or whatever, if you leave your pusher axle down, which is that axle that's up right there, and you make a turn, it puts a lot of stress on this. So we're supposed to lift it when we're turning. Some turn, mine does not turn. Some are what they call tri-drive, so they stay down all the time, but it's a different setup up on the hill or a stronger setup. But I check my tread depth, all that kind of stuff. I do the same thing on this side. Well, it's different on each side. But I check for frayed wires. I check my antifreeze, check my belts, the tension, frayed, all that kind of good stuff. Alternator. I check where we go. I check, see if there's any grooves in my brake drums. I do not have air ride on the front, nor do I have disc brakes on the front. The newer trucks are coming with that as being standard. I use a hammer. Some people have a actual tire thumper, but I use a hammer. You can just listen for that sound, for all of it to be the same. And you check it. My trailer brakes are already engaged, so. But check your load as well as you're doing your pre-trip. I check my load on every stop because this thing here rolls around. Not rolls, but it's on wheels, so I check it every time. If that exhaust is pointed towards the front, I would have tape on it, but it doesn't. But so we just check the tires. Same thing. Checking the lights as we go around as well. Flash, make sure everything's there, everything's blinking. Check the tires on this side. I always check when I'm riding on the road also if my tires are getting hot. I drive 65, 68 most times so they don't get hot. You don't want to blow out with this girl. You really don't. It's all sounding the same. Check the brakes on here. The drums, right up in there. That's what you're feeling for. So all my lights are good and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and hit this road. Make sure your hood is strapped back down. Alright, let's get on this road. Alright, when you get in your truck there or whatever, you do your brake test when you pump down. And make sure your warning lights come on at 60 PSI. Yep, they come on. I do a hold test for me. See how long it's, because it's supposed to stop within certain pounds. Also, open the door make sure I don't hear any air leaking out of my service line. That's the blue line. You know, and let that bill back up. I check all my lights and gauges and make sure everything's working. Some of the stuff you assume because if you drive the same truck every day, you know the nuances of the truck. But there are things you're supposed to do every time you get in here, and that's to make sure of what's going on. We're gonna get on this road because we are behind. Well, gotta wait for it to build back up now, and go from there.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Yes, we do. Let's do this.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Here I'm doing it in the Qualcomm. It's my pre-trip inspection. It goes on paper back to the company. I do it once a day. I do a pre-trip and a post-trip. Daily. I have to turn this in at least once a day. Alrighty. In this truck here, if the air is not all the way up on the secondary, it would not. I can push the clutch in, but it's very, very stiff. Also, sometimes my transmission will not engage. It just sit there and be in neutral. It will not let me go unless its air is up. There we go. All right, let's roll. Let's come up that curve back there. But, you know, a lot of that stuff is repetitious. For most of us drivers, they do it all the time. When you're new, you gotta do that on paper. You gotta do it from memory, what you're looking for, you know. When you take your written test on your CDLs. On their pre-trip inspection, I think that's one of the parts that drive a lot of new guys crazy, how much you got to remember. But for us seasoned drivers, we've done it so many times, it's not as bad. We probably don't call out everything, but we know what we're looking for. You know, but for you all that's new, they ask you to look at it and call it out. Frayed wires, broken wires, rubbed on hoses and all that kind of stuff. They want you to know what you're looking at. But that's the only time you have to call it out when you do that, not the written test, I'm sorry, but you have to do the actual road test. So, you know, it's Dr. Fan was on. But anyway, I wonder why she was roaring like that. You know, like the hoses on the catwalk, you have to keep those up. Some states, they don't bother you about it. Some states do. You know, it just depends on who got the stick up there behind on that day. It just depends. It just depends. Well, the sun is to our right there. We are going to the left, which is back west. And I see that sound a lot. No engine braking. My engine brake is not that loud, so you're not really talking about me. I'm looking for my phone and I'm looking at it. She's strong, but she's not as loud as some of these guys who are unmuffled. I mean, they come through here like that's mine right there. I wish it was louder because I do love that sound. But yeah, you turn here. You're not going that fast. But we are on the road again. We are here. This right here is somewhere outside of Houston, Texas. I'm trying to make it to El Paso, Texas, which is about right at 600 miles, almost 700 miles away. I'm trying to make it there tonight, and I'll make it to Phoenix tomorrow, midday. We'll get on this road and make it happen, Captain. Do what it do. Y'all have a good one. Good morning to you. Slept okay. I was in and out of sleep for some reason, but slept all right. But you all be good today. Smile at somebody. Speak to them. You might be the only voice they hear today. But we'll talk at you in a little bit. On 1604 Anderson Loop here on the outskirts of San Antonio, Texas. Kind of a gloomy, gray day, but a good day because we're alive to talk about it and see about it, complain about it. Anyway, just on this road here, we gotta take the loop around another part of this. My permitted route I have to go through, going out this way. So my load is not that big or wide, just 14.3 tall overall. They don't want me in the big cities. If they can help it. No, but most bridges down through there are over 14.6, but don't really make me none. But we're gonna, like I said earlier, we're gonna try to make it to El Paso today. I got to get a truck wash, and I got to get an engine wash, compartment wash. No engine brake, city ordinance. Anyway, pretty flat out here. I mean, you see for miles. Anyway, we get a little road, put it in, get on the loop, and I'll probably get back with you guys when we start hitting the hilly terrain of West Texas out there, I-10. I'll be getting there. It's a city out there before we just right around the inspection station. If not before then, actually. But I'll get with you then. Good people. Still going up and down a few little hills here. I'm gonna stop in about 38 minutes or so. Get some fuel and my 30-minute break. Been rolling for about 3 hours already, 2 hours and 8 minutes. We've gone, wrong one. Let's see what we've gone so far. We've gone 181 miles, that's roughly about 60 miles an hour, so yeah, not too bad. But get on up this road some more. Woo. Hey to my daughter. Hello Destiny, how you doing? Trying to find me some subjects to talk to you all about while I'm going down the road. A lot of things about trucking, cleanliness, hygiene of the truck drive on the road. I got limited space back here, so every night when I'm in this truck, I gotta put stuff up. Gotta take stuff out my bunk back here, put it up here. You know, bathroom breaks and all that kind of stuff. There are, for me, that's another reason why I do intermittent fasting. To regulate, kind of like Sheldon on Big Bang. I go to the bathroom at certain times. You know, and my blood pressure medication also makes me have to urinate a lot. But, you know, it's pulling water off and all that kind of stuff. So, about every 2 to 3 hours, I do have to go to the restroom. I pull over, stop, use the bathroom, whatever. Maybe a bottle. Maybe at a rest, not a rest stop, do my rest break. But sometimes I'm able to hold it longer, sometimes I'm not. It is what it is. But for that, as my mom say, BM, God rest her soul. I try to regulate that as much as possible because now if I drink whole milk, I know people say, well, you know, lactose in it. And I guess I'm quote unquote lactose intolerant. I still drink whole milk. I drink lactate at home. My wife, she's severe with it. But it does, I don't want to say upset my stomach, but it does cleanse. That's the way I look at it. So if I have a bowl of cereal in the morning or I drink coffee with sugar in it, which I rarely ever do, I drink most of it. 80-90% of the time I drink black coffee. I might add French vanilla creamer to it every now and then, but for the most part it's black coffee, but it does work. But that's on my morning routine. And from that point up until 6-8 hours later during my intermittent fasting, I might have a banana, some grapes, or nothing. I'm drinking water though. I'm drinking my cranberry juice. That's what I drink throughout the day, cranberry juice and water. Sometimes flavored water, sometimes regular water. But I don't. And that way when I get done, I have my dinner. Between 6 and 8 o'clock at night, when I have my dinner, I try to eat later than that. My body's working on that for my morning shift. For lack of a better term, you know. Or, you know, when I shower at night, I may go then, or whatever, but I try to keep that way during the middle of my day, because I rarely drive at night unless I have a legal load. And even then, I drive from the morning until the end of the day versus driving through the night, unless it's something pressing. But for the most part, I drive from before sunrise, you know, to the end of the day. You know, because for one thing, you can't find a parking spot. You know, at a certain point in time of day, and because of the type of truck and trailer I have, I need all the space I can get, or I'm gonna have to make a spot. And there are times when I've had to, don't get me wrong, but you know, I try not to have to do that. I try to be legal in what I'm doing, and where I park, and all that kind of good stuff. But you know, if you can as a driver, try to regulate yourself as a new driver anyway. Try to put yourself on a routine. I know it's a lot of van drivers, refrigerator drivers, you know, you go out and drive through the night. But I know what works for me. This works for me because I drive through the day most of the time, and I don't drive. I may drive until the night, but it won't be 9 o'clock at night till 4 or 5 in the morning. I choose not to. I try not to with this company. But if I have to, you know, I'll try to figure out something else that works for me. But there have been times. Matter of fact, on my last trip out here, was it? Yeah. When I went through that snowstorm. For lack of a better, not being too graphic, nature called. Nature almost left a message. And I had to pull over the side of the road. I want to see it. That was I-40. And it was cold. It was cold. But in my bag back there, my backpack, I keep everything I need for emergency. Toilet paper, wipes, all that stuff that you need in an emergency. The extra pair of drawers, everything is in that bag that I need for an emergency. And I just pulled over the side of the road. And I had to answer that call. Point blank period. I hope that's not too graphic for some of you all, some of my aunties and uncles. But hey, when they just call, you better answer. If you leave a voicemail, you got another problem. You know, but I don't know what I ate before then, what happened, but that's prayer. But I had to answer that call or whatever. But for the most part, I try to stay on a certain, I should say regularly, I try to stay on a certain schedule, you know, and not go outside of that too much. But anyway, I've done enough talking. But now my daughter says she likes to see my face. Hey, baby girl. My wife, I love you. I shall be back. They got me a Lowe's. I shall be back, before your birthday. My sons, I love you all as well. My grandkids, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, my brother, my sister, all you all. I love you all. Continue to link up my videos. I thank you all for following me. I know it's boring, but I just like for you all to see some of the stuff I see and see what's on my mind. I've been, I didn't think I'd talk that much, but I guess I do because I am by myself a lot and I want to say these things. So that's one good thing about YouTube. I'm able to say some stuff, because I want to eventually talk about depression with truck drivers, and why some of us are so cynical and so down. And but then you got some that are up, but then we hide too because we're in this box. This right here, to be honest with you, is my prayer closet. But sometimes you gotta get outside these four walls. But we'll talk about that another time. Right now, we're gonna get on down the road and get to this rest stop or get to the truck stop so I can get some fuel and take my 30-minute break. We can get back with you all then. Fuel already. I'm already started my break. Probably got about 10 minutes left on it. Earlier when I was talking about regulation as well, or scheduling your day around how you eat and when you eat, and when you go to the bathroom. Should also a lot of drivers get sleepy. This is to some of the new drivers out there. Don't eat bread during your daytime while you're driving. Bread, candy, even coffee with a lot of sugar. Those adult crack drinks, Starbucks and stuff. Yeah, it gets you up. But man, that bad boy drops you down like a hammer. After about 20-30 minutes or whatever, and then you're sleepy, especially if you drive at night. Bread does nothing but turn into sugar, especially white bread. So if you can avoid that, and make sure you're eating some nuts, something that gives you fuel, or if you gotta have a sandwich, do it with some flatbread or something like that. Or what I do, I just do the meat and cheese by itself. For me. Because I just I hate being sleepy while driving. I can't stand it. But we're gonna sit here for another few minutes or whatever, wait till the stock change over, and then we'll get back on the road. We got about 418 miles to go. Sunset over in El Paso is at 5:43, which will gain an hour once we get over that way, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we gain an hour, and which is technically, or in a sense, yeah, we gain an hour. So I got roughly, it's 12:18 right now, so I got 6 hours and 6 hours and 30 minutes. So we should make it there by that time frame. But Yeah, but just think about how your nutrition on this road. It took me a while to understand why I got sleepy because I'm eating. I'm trying to stay awake. I ate sometimes and all that kind of stuff. It took me years to understand, especially my body, and understand your body, know yourself as well. If you need those things, get it. But for me, I can't do bread, I can't do sugars on the road like that. I might do some goobers, some chocolate covered peanuts every now and then, but the time frame that I'm fasting, those 6 to 8 hours, I drink water, I drink cranberry juice. I do more drinking than eating anything. Really, I don't eat anything at all. Like I said, if I do, I got grapes, even your natural sugars, and I got bananas. But even your natural sugars, be careful of what you're getting, because your natural sugar don't drop you as fast, but that artificial sugar, it'll put you in your backside. You'll be over here weaving all around the way. Anyway, I'll get with you all once I get back on the road here in a little bit.